We finally have a game plan for this summer of all things Sims, and with a new trailer coming at June 12th of the Fairy Pack, which a lot of people are speculating what the heck is this and what is this about, and does this have anything to do with EA Content Creator Day, which we'll get into in just a second, and how this is going to shape occults. We're also going to be talking a little bit more about the future of The Sims, and as well as we are just wondering what is going on as far as the Nature's Calling event. There is a couple of weeks 1, 2, and 3, and will this tie into the new DLC? With all of it being said, before I get into today's video, I do want to say what is up, guys. My name's The Simian. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Here, guys, we talk all things Sims, and of course, we're going to get into today's topic starting right now. Now, the Sims team is staying consistent when it comes down to pushing content, and that includes DreamCon, which they did end up teasing the new trailer, which we'll get into in just a second. But of course, with a Motherlode ending, we have a brand new setup coming for this summer, and as you guys can see, it's called Sim Your Summer. But I just couldn't help notice the graphics, and of course we do know that the Sims team has been silently rebranding this entire time. So during that EA Creator Day discussion, it was noted that the Sims team is working on evolving their style, and this could mean that the Fairy Pack is diverging from the traditional content we've seen before, which I'll get into a little bit later. But does this mean the Sims team is really heading in a brand new direction, which I'm very curious about, and to hear your opinions and comments. Now, of course, we did have a lot of things going on, and they did state that there is going to be even a board game coming at the very end of it, which I'm interested to see how that's going to go, and as well as the endless DLCs that we should be receiving over the next couple of weeks. Now, with that being said, of course, they did end up talking all about in DreamCon some new things that are coming out with The Sims, including we officially have the Fairy Pack trailer. Say what you want, but this is literally hinting at fairies. I mean, come on now, put 2 and 2 together. And the trailer is coming out June 12th, which leads me to believe that this is coming out in July. Now, Anadius did already spark this conversation, and there was already hints coming towards this. So y'all, let's put 2 and 2 together. It's officially going to be a DLC. The only question I do have is that, is this going to be a expansion pack or a game pack? Y'all let me know down below in the comments, what are you guys thinking? We'll circle back on the leaks, but I did want to get into a couple of Simmers' tweets and concerns. And someone said, I think Enchanted Forest is going to focus more on camping and the great outdoors, and fairies will be an extra feature. Someone else said, oh my gosh, finally, oh my gosh. And someone else ended up tweeting, while I personally prefer to keep my gameplay in occult supernatural free as possible, I'm happy for everyone who's been waiting for fairies in the game, and I'm excited for a new world and expanded gameplay around nature, which I completely agree. Now, of course, this was talked about so long ago, and again, we did end up getting a leak saying Sims Enchanted by Nature, which looks hand in hand with what we should be receiving very soon. Now, there was a leak description, and of course I'm going to link this article down below, but it's from the simscommunity.info, where they came up with even more information on what we can expect. Now, this is no surprise because the Sims had already did subliminal hints when they tweeted almost a year or 2 ago with fairies, cars, and horses, oh my. And let's not forget that when we saw, these new things coming with different DLCs, they did end up mentioning this little specific, just build and buy. We do know they always throw little hints in here and there, and it literally said Fungi Reality Studio Apartment. Guys, they're talking about a studio apartment in that tiny little house, and SimGrew Nova definitely said not to burst any bubbles, but it didn't hint at anything, just thought it would be funny, which was interesting because lo and behold, that looks so similar to the teaser that we have. Now, a lot of people are saying that this could have came with Romantic Garden stuff, which I do agree with, but guys, Romantic Garden stuff was years ago, and now we are moving on into different DLCs. But a lot of people are stating that this could have also been in Realm of Magic, which I do see why people state that, because Realm of Magic was all about, artsy-fartsy, whimsical, that along that side. But again, this fairies, the Sims is going to stretch as much as they can, and when I tell y'all, when the Sims comes down to stretching, different kinds of DLCs, they will do that without a doubt and with no problem at all. Now, we do know that fairies are possible to put into game, and they're very, it does take a lot of work. We've seen from the SpinningPlumbob and of course Whiny Brit, and I'll link these all in the description if you guys are interested in watching these videos. But we have seen fairies be implemented into the game, so it's very interesting to see what they're going to be doing with this. Now, the interesting thing about all of this is that they ended up putting out their own website for this DLC. Yes, their own website, which made a lot of people step back and go, what is going on? What is this? This this looks very interesting. And I mean, y'all, for months now, the Sims team has been dropping hints about the DLC, but you know, the subtle clues and game updates and speculations, and we're finally here and seeing it. But it is really interesting and intriguing because we've seen like this pop up, and it just, I don't know, they're coming up with a new approach. I mean, the marketing strategy seems to be going ham when it comes down to this content that they're doing, but I just feel like, how are they going to tie this all together? Now, again, we do know that they have been talking all about rebranding, and this is just so interesting because I'm really curious to see what their plan is for this entire thing. And there's just different graphics on that website than how The Sims 4 normally is. So what direction are they going into? I really want to quickly talk about werewolves. When werewolves first came out, a lot of people were excited, saying like, oh my gosh, we're finally getting werewolves. But then when we actually got them, they looked very kiddish, and a lot of people did say, you know, along the lines of even childish. But again, I do think that they were trying to stay true to the Sims graphics for and catering towards everyone. I think that they weren't trying to make them too scary, but also customizable to where it kind of fit the graphics of the Sims 4. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about that. And I feel like there is already a certain look that everybody does have for fairies. I personally think they're going to look like Sims, just with wings. I don't think it's going to be anything special. I don't think it's going to be anything different, but I would love to know how y'all feel about that, and what are your what are the plans? What are y'all thinking that it's going to be? And I want to get into the other topic of the Nature's Calling event. So this to me is going to have all different kinds of hints at the DLC and which we'll be getting. I feel like the magazine collectibles are going to fit right along of what exactly is going on as far as that build and buy mode. And they did say that there's going to be week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's a lot of things to look forward to if you guys are into that. I personally have not been doing events, which I should do a video on me playing events, but for some reason I'm just haven't been that intrigued to it. And 9 times out of 10 there is a CC creator that's actually dropping all of this anyway for free, and I can just add it onto my game. But for those who do not have that luxury, I can completely understand why you will play this, or just in general if you're kind of looking for just some aspects of playing all around. Now, I did want to quickly talk about occults and how I hope they're not going to miss the mark on fairies. I feel like there are so many ways that they can do fairies, and I just have a couple things that I hope to see in the fairy pack. And first up, I love to see enhanced fairy creature interactions, like give our fairies unique powers and social dynamics. I think vampires did a amazing job at this. One thing I will say is that vampires was a really fun occult. If you have not downloaded vampires, I would say that is probably my top 3 occults. I know it's crazy. It's like, what? Vampires? That is so random. But when I tell y'all that they came with so much stuff and to do, and it's just so interactive on the everyday life scale, I feel like this is what I want to see. And then next, I'm looking for like just really cool build and buy items. Y'all, they have such potential to come out with so many whimsical items. If they do not hit the mark, I will be so disappointed, but again, not surprised, because I always come with low expectations when it comes down to some DLCs, because again, with low expectations means no disappointments, and that is what I'm coming for. And of course, ever since the mermaid, you know, that we did get as an occult when it came down to island living, I loved island living so much, but I do feel like the mermaids was an added feature, in which I'm afraid that other simmer might be right, where enchanted, you know, nature, it's gonna be about that DLC, but then the fairies is gonna be like how the mermaids were, where it just seemed like it was an add-on more than that's what they were focused on. So that's what I'm a little nervous about, but y'all let me know down below in the comments. And then of course, I really hope there's a bunch of new gameplay mechanics involving fairy abilities and something that adds depth to our gameplay experience, because again, I'm a gameplay simmer. I know a lot of people aren't, but some people just like the build and buy and create a sim aspect of it, but I really do love gameplay, and I feel like that is something that is really important to me. And lastly, I'm hoping to improve graphic quality compared to werewolves, y'all. I need something that really captures the magic and that really makes me feel like I'm looking at something whimsical. You know, I just really hope they do a really good job on it. I mean, usually they do amazing jobs on the world. So the world is what I'm not worried about. I am worried about the map lot sizes, because again, it's fairy. So I can definitely see them doing something by 20 by 20 all over the map. And I would be so disappointed if something like that happened. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. But basically, to wrap things up, there's so much to look forward to with this new fairy pack and all these summer updates. And I'm excited to see what the Sims team has up their sleeves. And I want to hear from what you guys have to say. Let me know down below in the comments how y'all feel about this, and what are your thoughts on the fairy pack, and what features do you specifically want to see. Anyway, with that all being said, I do want to say thank y'all so much for watching my videos, and I do know that I've been trying to be consistent, but y'all have been so supportive of me, and I do appreciate that. I am back over on Twitter and Blue Sky if any of you guys are interested in that. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And we have so much to be talking about all summer. Again, with that all being said, thank y'all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it truly does help on my channel. And whether you're a silent viewer, you like my videos, you share my videos, or you comment on my videos, at the end of the day, you still showed me some love, and for that, I thank you. We have so many Sims 4 news and content updates coming soon, so happy simming, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye! Sorry, y'all. That's the little one playing with his toys.